Before we start, I want you to do a quick 10-second knee test with me. Sit exactly where you are right now, put both feet flat on the floor. Now slowly stand up without using your hands. As you stand up, pay attention to your knees. Did you feel stiffness, a sharp pinch, a dull ache, or maybe a grinding sensation? Now sit back down slowly. If you felt absolutely nothing, give yourself 1 point. If you felt mild stiffness, give yourself 2 points. If there was noticeable pain or pressure, give yourself 3 points. If you had to use your hands or shift your body to protect your knee, give yourself 4 points. And if standing up felt painful enough that you avoided putting full weight on the knee, that's 5 points. Go ahead and type your score in the comments right now because I read those, and it helps me understand what you're dealing with. Now here's what that score actually means. If you scored 1 or 2, your knees are already sending early warning signals. Nothing serious yet, but the joint is losing stability and circulation. If you scored 3, the cartilage and muscles around your knee are already under stress from years of sitting, weak glutes, or tight hips. And if you scored 4 or 5, your body is basically telling you something important. Your knees are not the real problem. The muscles that protect them have gone to sleep. The good news is this. Most knee pain in adults over 40 is not permanent damage. It's a circulation and stability issue. And that means you can start reversing it today, at home, without expensive treatments. In fact, over the next 2 weeks, I want you to try something with me. 3 simple movements, just a few minutes a day. Thousands of people have used these to dramatically reduce knee pain. By the end of this video, I want you to commit to the 2-week challenge, then come back and retake that test, because many people go from a painful 4 down to a comfortable 1 or 2 once their knee muscles wake up again. But before we start the exercises, let me explain something very important about your knees in about 60 seconds. Your knee joint itself actually has very limited blood supply. That means it depends heavily on surrounding muscles to pump circulation and stabilize movement. When you sit for long hours, which many adults over 40 do, your glutes weaken, your hamstrings tighten, and your quads stop supporting the joint properly. So what happens? The knee becomes the victim of poor mechanics. Pressure increases on the cartilage, inflammation builds, and suddenly everyday movements like standing, walking, or climbing stairs start hurting. But here's the powerful part. When you activate the right muscles again, you immediately reduce pressure on the knee joint. Circulation improves, inflammation decreases, and the joint starts moving the way it was designed to. That's exactly what the next 3 movements do. And we're going to start with number 3 because most people skip this one even though it prepares the knee for everything else. So I want you to sit near the edge of a chair right now and try this with me. Keep your back straight and slowly extend one leg out until it's straight in front of you. Hold it there for 5 seconds. You'll feel the front of your thigh tighten. That's your quadriceps waking up. Now slowly lower it back down. Repeat that 5 times on each leg. It might feel surprisingly difficult even though it looks simple. That's because the quadriceps muscle acts like a shock absorber for your knee joint. When it's weak, your knee takes the full force of movement. When it's strong, it absorbs the load before the joint ever feels it. The biggest mistake people make here is lifting the leg too fast. Don't do that. Slow, controlled movement is what activates the muscle fibers that stabilize the knee. If your knee feels sensitive, only extend the leg halfway at first. Even a small range of motion will begin restoring strength. Do this movement every morning and evening, just 10 reps each leg. That's it. Now, before we move to exercise number 2, there's something many adults ignore that quietly worsens knee pain: joint compression during sleep and long sitting periods. Serious awareness. When knees stay bent for hours, circulation drops and stiffness increases. One simple home solution is placing a small cushion under your knees when lying down, but the limitation is that most pillows flatten quickly and don't support the joint properly. That's where a high-density knee support cushion can make a big difference. It keeps the knee in a neutral position overnight, reducing pressure on the joint capsule while you sleep. To use it safely, place it directly under your knees when lying on your back or between your knees if you sleep on your side. Many people notice reduced morning stiffness within days. You can find the one I recommend linked in the description below. Think of it as a small investment that may prevent hundreds of dollars in physical therapy or injections later. Now, let's move to exercise number 2, and this one targets the muscle that secretly controls knee stability, your glutes. Most adults over 40 have what we call sleeping glutes from sitting too long. When these muscles shut down, your knees collapse inward during walking and standing, which places enormous strain on the joint. So here's the movement. Stand behind a chair and hold the backrest for balance. Slowly move one leg straight behind you without leaning forward. Just a few inches is enough. Hold for 3 seconds and bring it back. You should feel the muscle in your butt tightening. That's exactly what we want. Do 10 repetitions per leg. The reason this works is simple. Strong glutes control hip alignment, and hip alignment determines how your knee tracks during movement. If the hip is weak, the knee twists slightly with every step. Over thousands of steps a day, that twisting becomes pain. The most common mistake here is arching the lower back. Keep your core tight and move the leg from the hip, not the spine. If standing is uncomfortable, you can do the same movement lying on your stomach and lifting the leg slightly. Now, here's something important most people overlook. Even if you do these exercises perfectly, long periods of sitting can undo the progress. That's why I recommend a simple rule called the 30-second knee reset. Every 30 minutes of sitting, stand up and walk for at least 30 seconds. It restores joint circulation immediately. If you work at a desk or watch TV for long periods, this tiny habit alone can dramatically reduce stiffness over time. Now we're moving to the most powerful movement in this entire video, exercise number 1. This one strengthens the entire chain that protects your knees. It's called the supported squat. But don't worry, this is not the deep squat you might be imagining. Stand in front of a chair. Place your feet shoulder width apart. Now slowly lower your hips toward the chair like you're about to sit down, but stop just before touching the seat. Hold for 2 seconds and stand back up. That's 1 repetition. Try 5 right now. Encouraging, you'll feel your thighs, hips, and glutes working together. This movement retrains the body to distribute weight properly across the leg instead of dumping pressure into the knee joint. Biologically, this activates multiple stabilizing muscles simultaneously, which reduces joint compression. The biggest mistake people make here is letting their knees move far past their toes. Corrective tone. Instead, push your hips slightly back like you're closing a car door with your hips. If the movement feels too difficult, simply sit down fully and stand back up using the chair. Even that version builds strength safely. Now let's talk about something that can accelerate your progress dramatically: controlled support during movement. Many people rely on elastic bandages or wraps, but those often provide uneven pressure and slide during activity. A proper knee compression sleeve can provide stable support while allowing natural movement. To use it safely, wear it during walks, workouts, or long periods of standing. It improves circulation, reduces swelling, and stabilizes the joint without restricting motion. The one I recommend is linked in the description below. Again, this is not about selling something unnecessary. It's about preventing the kind of joint instability that leads to expensive orthopedic visits later. Now I want you to pause for a second and think about something. Imagine standing up from your chair 2 weeks from now and feeling noticeably less pain. Imagine walking upstairs without that familiar hesitation. That's exactly what happens when these muscles start doing their job again. But to make this even more effective, let me give you 3 bonus boosters most people never hear about. First, nutrition. Your knee cartilage depends heavily on collagen and hydration. A simple habit is drinking a full glass of water within 10 minutes of waking up and adding a collagen-rich protein source like eggs or bone broth to breakfast. Many people underestimate how much joint stiffness is linked to mild dehydration overnight. Second, the harmful habit almost everyone does without realizing it: sitting with one leg tucked under the other or crossing legs for long periods. Try to keep both feet flat on the floor when sitting. Third, the daily rule I mentioned earlier but want you to commit to seriously:
the 30-minute knee reset. Set a timer if you need to. Stand, stretch, or walk for 30 seconds every half hour. Over a full day, that adds up to dozens of circulation boosts for your knees. Now let me summarize your daily action plan so it's simple. Morning, 10 seated leg extensions per leg and 10 glute kickbacks per leg. Evening, 5 to 10 supported squats. Total time required, about 5 minutes. Throughout the day, follow the 30-second knee reset every 30 minutes of sitting. Drink water when you wake up and avoid twisting knee positions while sitting. If you also use the support cushion at night and the compression sleeve during activity, you're giving your knees even more stability and recovery time. What should you expect after 2 weeks? Encouraging anticipation. Most people notice less stiffness within the first few days.